Hello, hello. It's Alicia from Quick and Delish. Hope all is well. I'm here to make the salad I'm making for dinner. So I went to the farmer's market today for my second time during the pandemic, and it was much more mellow than the first time I was there. Because the first time we do anything during the pandemic, we're just kind of like processing things and figuring out where things are and everything. So that was cool going again. And I actually owed a berry farmer some money because they were a cash only situation. So I had to like give him some money. I like it when the farms are using credit card just because it makes it really easy, and I think it's easier for the farmers to make more money as well, right? But anyway, that's just a little what I think. So the salad I'm going to make for you this evening, which is also going to be my dinner, I'm going to take a little watermelon. Check this out. I'll show it to you after I make it. So watermelon. So I'm going to do two things. Okay. So this could be like an appetizer. So this is totally a way to impress people. You can cut the watermelon up into different chunks, different size chunks, sticks, what have you. Let's see. All right. This would be a great appetizer or even a dessert. Totally. Or a snack. So I wanted to show you this watermelon. See, I wish it's ripe, it's sweet, but it's not like the most delicious watermelon out there. I got it from a grocery store near my apartment, and whatever. It's a hit or miss with melon. It smelled really good. It's hit or miss. You got to keep doing it. Okay, so here I got watermelon, and then I'm picking some mint. And to make it look fancy, I'm actually going to go ahead and chiffonade, which is a fancy term that means cut into strips, essentially. Interesting. I had a knife. I seem to have misplaced my knife. Oh well. Strange. Oh, it's over there. Okay, sweet. Okay. Anyway, I wouldn't normally use a paring knife, but it works out fine. So mint and watermelon, so delicious. Mint, watermelon, and check this out. I got some French feta. A local grocery store sells feta in these containers, and this is French feta. French feta is my favorite feta cheese because it's cleaner, it's not super funky. Greek feta is good, and then Bulgarian feta is a little funky for me. I like a clean, nutty, creamy, salty feta cheese, and French feta is my favorite. And you can find French feta in like grocery store like Safeway or whatever. Okay, so I just took enough out for me. This is like a pretty hefty chunk of feta for me. So I'm just gonna cube it because I want to actually taste. I like big chunks of feta cheese. If I'm gonna do it, I don't want to lose the feta. You could also add olives to this. Okay. So I'm gonna show you two ways on making a salad. Okay, I'm being silly and trying not to touch the food just because. So pretty. Okay. Sweet. And then I'm gonna do some black pepper. If you wanted to, you could add some fennel seeds. And let's see, don't ask me what I was gonna do. Okay, so some drizzle of balsamic vinegar. I'm just kind of dripping it around. And I would usually use a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, but I have to go to the store and get some more. So I'm using avocado oil. I like this one from Trader Joe's. I don't like the taste of all avocado oil, but the Trader Joe's one is really good. It gets my approval. This is totally a restaurant dish. There we have it. I hope you can tell. So watermelon, feta, mint, and balsamic vinaigrette, black pepper. So you could call it a day. Serve that appetizer, serve that dessert, something like that. Somebody could share that. You could add more watermelon, what have you. Super fresh, crispy, summer yumminess. You could substitute the melon, whatever ripe melon you have. This would be delicious. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I'm going to make for my dinner. So this is an appetizer or dessert. And my dinner is going to include, okay, I'm going to be silly and grab the right knife because you always have to use the right tool. And then because I might as well show you my favorite t-shirt. I love being a dietitian. A dietitian. That's what they say in the South. I'm just kidding. I don't know what they say. Okay, here we go. So I have a stalk of celery. I'm gonna add 2 stalks of celery to my salad. So I bought a very large bunch of celery from the farmer's market today, and I put a couple stalks in water. I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator, and I'm gonna fill this jar with stalks of celery so that it stays fresh. And then what's cool, sometimes celery stays in the bag and then we forget about it because it feels like a pain in the neck to cut off the stalks from the bunch, right? I mean, I've had this experience myself, so I'm speaking from experience. So if you have it, so you could just grab a stalk or 2 and then you just wash it off and then you eat it. Or you just, you cut it up into whatever you're making for dinner. I think it's easier. And celery will less likely go in the garbage. That's what I think. Okay, so I'm going to cut this celery stalk in half and then do this bias cut. All right, so I have I have 2 stalks of celery here. I'm just kind of getting the rest of the stuff together. Okay, to make my dinner salad, this is my plate. I usually like to eat salads off of, I'm gonna move this. I don't know if you can see any better, but here we go. Okay, I usually eat out of bowls or like some kind of bowl plate or an actual bowl for dinner, but because I want you to see what it looks like, I'm using a plate. So, okay, so watermelon is sweet, feta cheese is salty, and so I'm gonna use some arugula. So this is earthbound arugula. I just kind of like ripped off the lids. And then I'm going to use a couple leaves. These are the power greens. Power greens. Power greens. That's like, turtle power. Some red cabbage. This is my dinner salad. Okay. I'm going to transfer this into a bowl so I can actually eat it because it's very hard to eat salads off of a plate. Am I right? Okay, I'm going to add about the black beans. I like the contrast of black beans because they're super dark, and then I got the red cabbage, and the watermelon is going to look awesome. Okay, so I'm putting about 3/4 cup of black beans in here. This is going to be my protein for the salad. Besides, there's also feta cheese, and yes, there's a little bit of vegetables and everything. Oh, and then for fun, I made a little bit of quinoa to add to my salads this week. Okay, I'm just going to do a little sprinkling of quinoa, a little more fiber, a little more protein, a little bit of... See how the salad can get so big? Okay. Couple chunks of cucumber. So So I cut up a English cucumber and I just put it into containers so I can just grab at this as a snack, and maybe have some cheese or some a hard-boiled egg or something like that with it. Super easy way to have cucumbers ready to go. And then if I want to add them to a salad, I can just cut them up really easily. Because if you have a whole English cucumber, which has plastic wrap around it, which is unfortunate, but it keeps it fresh. So there's pros and cons to this whole plastic situation. Let's see. What else am I putting in the salad? Okay, here we are. Here's the finale. Are you ready? So cool. So I showed you, I didn't tell you. I showed you this appetizer, the watermelon appetizer. What I'm going to do is I'm literally going to add this. And you wouldn't necessarily do this at home, but I'm just showing you how to do two things with the same ingredients. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! We don't want to waste any of those delicious morsels here. I got a mint leaf and everything. Yeah! Okay, come on. Come on. That is... Whoops. Haha. Gorgeousness. Let's see. Croutons are the celery because they're the super crunchy part of the salad. That is going to be a really hearty salad. I look forward to it. So if you wanted to, add some avocado. That's my avocado from yesterday. And let's see. So that's my dinner. I'm going to add a little bit of, I'm probably going to need some more black pepper. So you see, I didn't add any salt because I personally think the feta cheese is adequate. However, if you wanted to add some salt, you can. And I have here some Malden salt. This is a sea salt, fancy sea salt from Malden, England. And it's super fun. So it's these like really large crystals. Actually, this one is like very large. So you have to actually like, I'm crushing the salt with and this is a nice way to, you know, add a bit of saltiness to the top of the salad. Okay, so that's my dinner. Yay! I'm going to take an overhead shot and post it to Instagram. If anybody is an Instagrammer, go to quick_Delish. And you can see in the show more or description how to access my Instagram and Facebook. And I have a meal planning survey. I would love to hear your insight on what you want to learn, cooking in the kitchen, nutrition, and also like cooking methods or strategies or recipes, as well as I want to hear about what you guys do great in the kitchen on meal planning. Like, what are your favorite meals that you love to make? And I'm going to create an awesome meal planning workshop. And I'm going to be sharing that probably sometime in September. We'll see. But I want to make it awesome. That's why I need a ton of feedback. And I would love to hear your information and feedback so I can make an awesome meal planning workshop. Okay, the last tip I was going to share, I think that's it. Yes, I was going to share. So I went to the farmer's market and I usually ride my bicycle, even though I don't see well, which is super interesting, but you'd have to meet me in person to understand. I see enough to ride a bicycle. So so I have panniers on my bicycle, and when we go anywhere and we're buying something that's squishy, like berries or even stone fruits, any stone fruits, right? They're squishy or at risk for being squished. And so that's kind of not cool and kind of stressful, and you want them to be fresh and eat them in a couple days. And so what I do is I bring containers with me. So I brought these 2 containers with me, and these are those Ziploc plastic containers, and I'm not, you know, like, plastic isn't awesome to use, but helpful. And so these are light containers for me to carry around. And so I got 2 baskets of strawberries, and they put them in these containers, and they don't get squished on my ride home, which is amazing. And so I have lots of different sizes of containers. And so sometimes I get raspberries and blackberries. And then, a couple of videos ago, you'll see my first farmer's market trip, I bought some blackberries and then I froze them. And so that was really cool. And so I have farmer's market frozen blackberries in my freezer. I also have some blueberries from there too. And so it's just really cool to be able to buy produce that is squishable and not let it get squishy. You could also put some kitchen towels in the containers, like if you have larger ones, and then nestle the peaches or tomatoes in there so that they don't get squished. I'm a big fan of protecting your investment in terms of making sure that what you buy is used and not squished. Okay, cool. So, well, that is all from me. So you have 2 recipes to experiment with. The idea of how to add fruit to a salad if you're like fruit in your salad, but certainly omit the watermelon from the salad and make it as is. Roasted bell pepper or shredded carrot would be fantabulous, or even roasted beets. Yummers. Okay, that's it from me for this evening. I'm gonna enjoy my dinner, and to be continued. This is my favorite shirt, not because it fits me well, but because of what it says on it. So be sure to subscribe and share. I love your support and really appreciate it. And to be continued, I'd love to hear about more of what you want to learn, or what recipes, tips, and tricks you enjoy hearing. That's all from me. Good night, good morning, good afternoon.